Good afternoon. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge, where truth matters. You can find us on television channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. I want to thank you every day for watching us Monday through Friday as we kind of get through things together, talking about truth and the American way, basically, and how to make things happen. If you have any ideas for shows, you like me to do a little research. I love research. So you can send an email with your ideas to donna@donnasedge.com. Donna@donnasedge.com, because the show's for you and for me too, but we can learn together some great things that are happening as well in the world. So another suggestion was sent by Rita, and Rita said, talk a little bit about water because the winter time is coming along. And sometimes we tend to drink less water, so see if you can find different ideas on what makes water a little more interesting. And so she quoted something that a friend of mine in Charlotte, who's an esthetician, Carol O'Malley, said to me one day. Carol said, asked me a question. Carol said, "How much coffee do you drink?" And I said, "Oh man, I'm a coffeeholic. I mean, I drink coffee like all day long throughout the day." And she said, "Do you tend to drink more in the summertime than you do in the wintertime, or does it matter?" And I said, maybe I drink a little bit less in the summertime because I utilize coffee and hot drinks as a way to stay warm because I'm very cold natured. And so in the store, even in the summertime, I do drink a lot of coffee because I need to keep the temperature at a good rate for, it needs to be cold enough in the summertime for my customers. So again, I'm freezing to death, but I want to make sure that everybody's comfortable when I come into the store. So she said this, and so did Rita. Did you know that drinking 1 cup of coffee to stay hydrated in your body, you've got to drink 3 cups of water just to keep the hydration going? And I said, were you able to tell I didn't drink enough water? And she said, yeah. She said, I can tell by the look of your skin. She said, your skin looks a little tired. So to hydrate your skin all over your whole body, 1 cup of water or 1 cup of coffee, you got to drink 3 cups of water just to overdo that. So let's talk about that. Wintertime, Rita's right. Wintertime is coming along. We're going to be drinking more coffee, more hot chocolate, and all those things, but we still got to have some water. So let's talk about this. And I found this is an interesting, Rita, type in this news, this really good website. It's the dash, not underscore, but dash, the-qi.com, and you will find this article. Now it's dated August the 10th, 2021. So it's been a few years, but still great information right here. So the title is 11 Ways to Hydrate Better Other Than Water. Okay, if you just can't get your hands on water. What if something happens to the water system? We all have to know how to get that water content. So when you were young, or even now, have you ever been nagged because you did or did not drink enough water? Yeah, I have. I'm drinking more, and I have to tell you, drinking more water, my skin does look better. I don't have that I'm tired look on my face as bad as I did even several years ago. So go drink water, even if you're not thirsty, is what the quote is. Make sure to drink at least 2 liters of water every day. But what if you don't like the taste of plain water? Or what if you can't get water? A lot of people drink the bottled water. They don't want to drink out of the sink. So what if something happens to the supply chain and I can't find bottled water? This is for you as well. Look no further. We have some awesome alternatives to water that will help you stay hydrated and improve your overall well-being. But before we get to that, let's learn about why it's important to stay hydrated. And this is an extremely good article. Again, it's the-qi.com. So why hydration is so important? Did you know that you can live without food for about 3 weeks? But you know you can't live without water for more than 3 days? That's because at least 60% of the adult body is made of water, and every living cell needs it to keep functioning. Water acts as a lubricant for our joints, regulates our body temperature through sweating and respiration, and also helps to flush waste. This is something else that I noticed. Phil and I, we were living in Charlotte. We had a 2-story house. And even in Oxford, we had a 2-story house. And we both noticed that our knees would crack a lot. And again, I wasn't drinking much water. It was mostly coffee throughout the day, and so we would walk up and we would kind of make a game out of it. We would say, we're getting really old because our knees are cracking. I mean, and it was like one of my knees was more so than the other one for some reason. But we'd walk up and we would just laugh at each other because our knees were cracking. And I was like, man, we're getting old together, aren't we? Okay, that has been like over 10 years ago since that was happening. I'm drinking more water and my knees don't crack anymore. So if you have cracking knees, I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you what worked for me. Drinking more water will help. Okay. Again, even if it was one step, walking somewhere, going to a mall or whatever, crack. And that was just so annoying. And it was even so bad that if I were in town or at a public place, it was almost like I was almost afraid to walk because it would just make this echoing sound wherever I was. So again, 60% of our adult body is made of water, and every living cell functions because of it. Now, according to Claude, and I'm going to mess up this name, I'm telling you, he's at Duke University, Claude Panatasadisi. I'm going to spell it for you in case you want to do some research. Piantadosi, and he's with Duke University up there close to my old neck of the woods. You can go 100 hours without drinking at an average temperature outdoors. If it's cooler, you can go a little bit longer. Now, if you're exposed to direct sunlight, it's less. Therefore, if you do something that requires physical strength or to be under the sun for too long, water is absolutely a necessity to compensate for the lost water when you sweat. Now, let's talk about this. Why drinking water is vital to our well-being. Okay. Regulate body temperature is what it does. Keeps your joints lubricated, which is why my knees aren't cracking and Phil's knees aren't cracking now when we're walking upstairs. Prevents infections, delivers nutrients to your cells, keeps your organs functioning properly. It improves your sleep quality, cognition, and mood. Helps losing weight, and it also detoxes your body. Okay, so how much water do we need? That's the huge question right here. Okay, how much water should I drink every day for an optimal well-being? Experts recommend drinking roughly 8 cups of water per day for an average person. Now, not all of those cups have to be from plain water. For example, you can have some water flavored with fruits and vegetables or flowers. However, the right amount of water you need really depends on the person. Different people need different amounts of water to stay hydrated. Most healthy people can stay well hydrated by drinking water and other fluids just whenever they feel thirsty. For some people, fewer than 8 cups of water may be enough. Other people may need more than 8 glasses per day. A lot of it depends on where you live. In the summertime here, you better live off of water because it gets so hot. And we have so much, it's just extremely sticky hot out here. Now, one thing to keep in mind, although any beverage can contribute to your daily water intake, it's best to stay away from artificial ingredients and sugar-sweetened drinks because it does more harm than good. This is because sugar is scientifically proven to increase the risk of obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Sugar also causes blood glucose to spike and plummet. It interferes with immune function. Also, sugar results and accelerates aging. It also causes tooth decay and gum disease. It also affects the behavior and cognition in children. It increases stress. It also takes the place of important nutrients. Therefore, being mindful about the drinks you choose is even more important than how much you hydrate. And first, let's go into where sugar lurks. Okay, so believe it or not, a drink doesn't even taste all that sweet for it to be loaded with sugar. When it comes to convenience and packaged foods, this is what I try to stay away from. Let the ingredients label be your guide, and be aware that just because something boasts that it is low in carbs or a diet, quote unquote, food doesn't mean it's free of sugar. So let's talk about the 11 joyful ways to hydrate better. Number 11, alternatives to water. Think back this question. How can I stay hydrated even if I don't like the taste of plain water? The good news is there are many, many ways you can get your daily intake without drinking actual water. So let's talk about the favorite ones. Number 1 are flower teas. Oh man, I've been canning flower teas with our marigolds and with our sunflowers and just, any flower that's edible. I've been making tea out of it. And again, because I wanted fresh water, I wanted to use that in all of my teas. Flowers are rich in antioxidants. They contain 0 goose egg calories and naturally caffeine free, which makes them wonderful to enjoy any time of the day for just about anyone. Now, according to traditional Chinese medicine, flowers have become some of the most life energy when plant flowers to believe or be at the peak of their life, and it produces the most QI energy. Now, because of this, flowers are used in many healing protocols in traditional Chinese medicine, including flower teas. Oh man, I love flower teas. It's important to not all flowers are edible, so you need to know that, and can be enjoyed as a tea. And not all edible flowers are grown for ingestion. For instance, rose is the most popular edible flower, but most roses are not cultivated as food grade. So please ensure your flower teas come from reputable sources. I do. I love rose tea. So I use my own roses. Okay, so I don't buy them from a florist. I don't buy them only my homegrown roses. Okay, and also if you actually make tea out of your own flowers in your yard, make sure they've not been sprayed with some kind of a treatment, okay, a chemical treatment. Use natural fertilizers if you're going to use your own roses for tea. That's extremely important. Now, in addition, flowers aid relaxation. So the scent of flowers is known to aid relaxation, such as your lavender. Yeah, I got a bunch of lavender planted. Thus, so many self-care products are scented with floral notes. That's why perfume and room spray are known to evoke happier feelings. How we incorporate flowers in our daily lives are endless. Flower teas are another great way to enjoy their aroma and hydrate as well. Nothing smells better than rose tea. It just doesn't. It's in marigold tea. So here are the top flower teas that we think you'll love. Okay, rose tea. Talked about that just a minute ago. So there are many varieties of rose tea, from organic rose tea, rosebud tea, rose hip tea, and also blue lotus tea is the sacred blue lily of the Nile. So the ancient Egyptians used blue lotus flower in medicine and celebrations. So I'm going to get some of that out there in the yard too. They often use blue lotus to induce a state of euphoria and relaxation. It also was a symbol of health and life and rebirth, as the blue lotus blooms in murky waters one time a year for 3 days. It's also a great tea for sleep. Let's go into a commercial break. I just saw what time it is. Oh my goodness, I'm a little bit late. We'll be right back in just a minute. The Hydrate Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park, and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors, and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hydrate Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Donna's Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319, and let's think of the possibilities.
Wow, it's so soft and smooth.
It's cool to the touch. How did you do that?
Well, we took MyPillow's patented fill and combined it with this new technology that we didn't have back then when I invented MyPillow to bring you the best pillow in history, MyPillow 2.0. Because of all of you, MyPillow 2.0 has been a huge success, and now we're bringing you our best-selling Go Anywhere MyPillows with the same temperature-regulating technology. Made with my patented adjustable fill and brand new cooling fabric, they're truly the next generation of MyPillow. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save over 60% on our MyPillow 2.0 4-pack special. You'll get 2 MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows. Regular $259.92, now only $99.98. King size just $10 more. This is a limited time offer, so please order now.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Okay, so we are back from commercial break. So let's talk about this. Okay, if you don't drink water, you don't like the taste of water, you got to have that liquid in you, right? Okay, so we're coming back with number 2, and this is the adaptation of herbal tea. Okay, now these are super herbal teas, and I have all of these. Okay, and I grow a lot of these herbs. Turmeric tea is awesome. You can have cinnamon tea, cacao, which is dark chocolate, by the way, dark chocolate. Dates, sage, lemon balm, ginger. Okay, now I buy ginger, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to propagate ginger and have my own ginger tea. You can get ginger, you can put it in your dehydrator and make powder out of it, and then make a tea out of it. It is so good for you, and it tastes really good. Okay, alternative milk. Let's talk about those. Okay, almond milk, one of the most popular non-dairy alternatives. Almond milk is rich in vitamin E. while being lower in calories than cow's milk. It's also popular for cooking purposes like with oatmeal, and it's not addition to your morning coffee. With that said, now if you have a nut allergy, you obviously want to stay away from almond milk. It also does not provide either protein or fiber, so if you're drinking almond milk, make sure you make up for those nutrients elsewhere. Again, you need protein and fiber intake somewhere else. Cashew milk. If you're vegan or lactose intolerant, cashew milk is yet another nut-based alternative that has a rich, creamy-like taste. Cashew milk is loaded up with vitamin E like almond milk and low on calories, cholesterol, and sugar. Let's talk about soy milk. I like soy candles. They're naturally burning, but soy milk is a very popular non-dairy option. The plant-based milk alternative is cholesterol-free, it's low in saturated fats, and it's high in protein. Oh, and it's another great way for lactose-free option, and it's great for cooking as well. So when we moved to Sand Mountain from Oxford, Alabama, Dad was 42 acres of land, I think it was, and so he had we actually got an education on soy. This guy planted soybeans and they're waxy like. That's where I started doing research about soy candles because they're so much better for you than wax candles. So they're soy wax. Okay, now let's talk about, I don't want to get started on candles yet because we're talking about how to replace water in your diet. Okay, rice milk is another way. Okay, so besides being a milk alternative for consumers with allergies, so like if you have nut, soy, or lactose, it's a sweeter taste, which usually means less sugar alternatives. And like other alternatives, it's well fortified for other nutrients. Now, the big downside is rice milk can be high in carbohydrates and calories while having very little protein and fiber. So there's some of these you're going to have to really outweigh. Again, the website is the-qi.com. Coconut milk. Like other alternatives, though, coconut milk has zero protein, and while it's low in calories, it's high in fat, but it's the good kind of fat. Okay? And there are so many coconut milk options that have been diluted to offer less fat and calories. The upside is that coconut milk, if unsweetened, contains no carbs in an 8-ounce serving. It can also offer a thick and creamy plant-based alternative suitable to dairy and nut allergies. Hemp milk. Hemp milk comes from heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids and fewer calories than whole milk. Now let's talk about oat milk. Oat milk is made from oats, water, and store-bought ones often have additional ingredients like added oil, gums, or thickeners. One big advantage of oat milk for folks with dietary restrictions or food sensitivities is that it's naturally free of dairy, lactose, soy, and nuts. Now, like a lot of other non-dairy options, oat milk generally comes with added calcium, vitamin D, vitamin A, and it also typically has a bit more protein and fiber than the other alternatives. And also, if you've done any research on folks who were working on the railroads back in the 100 years ago, what they would have is oat water. In other words, someone would cook oatmeal, they would eat the oatmeal, but then it would also save water, and it would give these guys a lot of energy when they're working on the railroads. So that's another thing. Look that up, why oat water is so good for you. Coconut water. As a natural sweet drink, coconut water is an excellent substitute for plain water if you are craving some sweet fluids. It's also more beneficial than regular water after exercise because it can provide enough sodium to replace the salt that you're losing in your sweat. Plus, it tastes really good. Okay, fruit juices. Okay, you got to be careful with fruit juices though. So fruit juice is not only tasty, but it can also be used in smoothies for a refreshing treat to enjoy added to salads or made into vegetable juices. So here are some fruits that are exceptionally high in water content. You got to watch out for sugar in some of them. Okay, watermelon. Oh yeah, man, I could eat a whole watermelon. That's a lot of water right there. Honeydew melon, pineapple, cantaloupe, peaches. I'm glad that's included. Strawberries. I'm glad that's included. Oranges, grapefruit, or any citrus fruits. Now, number 6, vegetable juices. Okay, vegetables can be used to make juices that are both hydrating and provide awesome benefits. One of the favorite plants is a celery juice because it's very hydrating. Celery juice consists mostly of water and it's low in sugar. So, a single cup, which is about 240 milligrams, provides just 5 grams of sugar, which can dramatically cut your overall sugar and calorie intake. Now let's talk about the anti-inflammatory properties. Celery juice is a various plant compounds may reduce inflammation. These compounds also act as antioxidants, which help lower oxidative stress. Antioxidants-rich diets are linked to lower rates of chronic ailments, including heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and certain cancers. They may also boost skin health as well. Smoothies, let's talk about those. Okay, smoothies contain more fiber than juices, as it often has the meat of the fruit. That's when I make our juices, I want the meat of the fruit in it. Also, a great alternative can help you feel full while you're drinking it. Now, mornings are generally the best time to enjoy fruit and vegetable smoothies, as they can be digested fairly quickly compared to proteins in other fruit groups. This is also helpful because it allows your body to absorb the key ingredients quickly. It can help move on to other bodily functions. Okay, let's talk about soup. Warm soups. This is when it's cold outside. You don't want to drink, water, but you want to drink a lot of coffee. But let's think about soup. Warm soup offers up a limitless possibility of culinary yummy goodness. So for a lighter hydration option, try veggie soups. These flavorful broths are loaded with a wealth of helpful nutrients. They're extremely beneficial for overall health and wellness. Not only does it aid in weight loss and eases digestion, it also provides gastric, strengthens the bones, and promotes heart functioning. Now, in particular, vegetable-based soups are a great option because they contain a high nutrient density with a low energy density. This means that while we get lots of key ingredients, including vitamins and minerals, relatively few calories. Now, bone broth, let's talk about that. Bone broth is rich in minerals, helps to build and strengthen your bones. It also contains many other health nutrients, including vitamins, amino acids, and essential fatty acids. Although it depends on the actual ingredient in your recipe of bone broth. Not only is bone broth easy to digest, it will also aid in digestion of other foods. The gelatin found in bone broth actually attracts and holds liquids. That's why properly prepared broth congels in the fridge. Gelatin can also bind to water in your digestive tract, which helps foods move through your gut more easily. It's also been shown to protect and heal the lining of your digestive tract in rats. It's thought to have the same effect in humans, but more research needs to be done just to show its effectiveness. Okay, other tips to stay hydrated, and I've only got a few seconds left. Always drink a cup of warm water or flower tea first thing in the morning. That's a good way. Drink water before every meal. Carry a water bottle with you everywhere you go. I'm in the habits of doing that now. Flavor your water. You can do that with lemon slices or flowers to your water to add a whole new taste. Take breaks and drink more flower tea. Do that. I want to keep you healthy because I want to keep you around a long time. And I do appreciate you watching Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth does matter. Any more ideas for shows? All you got to do is just send an email. I love doing research for you. Donna@donnasedge.com. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Again, thank you so much for watching.